Howdy there folks, it's Amelia from Sleepopolis, and today I'm going to be comparing two mattresses from Puffy, the Puffy Lux and the Puffy Royal. In this video, I'll go over some results from testing these beds here in our studio, as well as make some recommendations for who might like each of these beds. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that mattress brands, including Puffy, send us beds for free to review and to tell you about. And if you buy either of these beds using our links in the description, we may earn a commission at no additional cost to you. That helps us to fund our testing and bring you these reviews for free. All right, let's get into it. Let's go over what makes these mattresses similar. First up, these mattresses are both made by Puffy, so they come with the same free shipping, 101 night trial, and lifetime warranty. Next, both of these beds are softer than average and offer a plush feel, although there are some slight differences. Finally, both these beds are hybrids using a combination of foams and coils in their construction. Now let's take a look at what makes these beds different. They are overall very similar, but there are some key differences. First up, while both beds are soft, the Puffy Lux is much softer than the Royal and offers more sinkage. Next, the Puffy Royal has an additional foam layer with cushioning zones, which also makes it 2 inches taller than the Lux. Finally, the Puffy Lux is a bit cheaper than the Royal. However, you can save on both these beds by using our coupons in the description. Okay, now that we've covered some high-level similarities and differences, let's take a look at what these beds are made of. First up are the covers. Both Puffy mattresses have a hypoallergenic and stain-resistant cover made from a polyester blend. These covers can be removed and washed. Next come the first foam layers. The Puffy Lux's first foam layer is 1.5 inches of gel-infused foam, as is the Puffy Royal's. Next in the Puffy Lux is a 1.5 inch layer of foam that Puffy says is meant to be more pressure relieving. The Puffy Royal has a layer of 1.5 inches of foam too, however Puffy says this foam is meant to be more responsive. The Puffy Lux then has a 2-inch layer of foam, which Puffy says is designed to promote airflow, and the Puffy Royal has the same 2-inch foam layer. The Puffy Royal has one additional foam layer, a 2-inch layer of foam segmented into 5 support zones, which is meant to cushion the head, neck, shoulders, back, and legs. Finally, for both beds are the support layers. Both mattresses have a 7-inch layer of individually pocketed coils with a foam encasement around the edges for better edge support and stability. Now let's talk about the firmness and feel of these mattresses. Here at Sleepopolis, we rate firmness on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is the softest and 10 is the firmest, and we use 6.5 as the standard for medium firm. We rated the Puffy Lux as a 5.5 out of 10 because it is a decidedly soft mattress with a very plush feel. You'll definitely sink into the contouring foams on this bed. Now, the Puffy Royal is a little bit firmer than the Lux, so we rated it as a 6 out of 10, meaning it's still softer than average, but not quite as soft as the Lux. You definitely don't get as much sinkage on the Royal as you do on the Lux. Now that we've covered construction and firmness, let's talk about how different sleeping positions will feel on these mattresses. Your primary sleeping position is an important consideration when shopping for a mattress, as each position has different needs for pressure relief and support. Now, for back sleepers, most mattresses will work as long as they are both comfortable and supportive. For side sleepers, we tend to recommend something a bit softer or more contouring so that you make sure you get that pressure relief on the shoulder and hip. And for stomach sleepers, we tend to recommend something a little bit firmer, as stomach sleepers really need to keep their hips propped up and in line to maintain spinal alignment. Let's go over back sleepers first. I thought both the Puffy Lux and Puffy Royal were excellent for back sleeping. They both offer support for spinal alignment, but are plush and comfortable. I will note that if you don't love an ultra soft feel for back sleeping, you may prefer the Puffy Royal, as you won't sink in as much as on the Lux. Next up, side sleepers. Unsurprisingly, these soft mattresses are also great for side sleeping. They both offer lots of contouring and pressure relief. If you want more cushioning, I would definitely recommend the Lux, since it is softer and you sink into the foams more than on the Royal. Finally, stomach sleepers. Unfortunately, neither of these beds are great for stomach sleeping, and that makes sense because they are so soft. Some lightweight stomach sleepers under 130 pounds might do okay, but overall these just aren't the best beds for stomach sleeping. Let's take a look now at the results from one of our tests, the pressure map. We use a heat mapping pressure map to show where pressure is building along the body while lying on a mattress. Blues and greens indicate low pressure, while reds and oranges indicate higher pressure. Now for this video, we're going to focus specifically on side sleeping pressure relief, as this is the position where pressure relief is the most important. Looking at the Puffy Lux on the side, there is some light pressure forming, but overall I would say this is nothing too concerning. And looking at the Puffy Royal, there is a small bit of red forming around the hip, so this may not be the best option for folks with more sensitive hips looking to sleep on their side. Two other tests we use to assess a bed are motion isolation and edge support, and both these tests are particularly important for couples looking to share a bed together. Now, motion isolation refers to a bed's ability to isolate motion at the source and prevent it from transferring across the bed. So if your partner is tossing and turning over there, how much you're going to feel it over here. Now, edge support refers to the perimeter of a bed's ability to bear weight. So if you sit or lie along the edge, how much is going to sag or dip down. When we tested the Puffy Lux for motion isolation, we saw very little motion transfer across the bed. These are really excellent results where you probably won't feel much movement at all. The Puffy Royal also performed quite well, but we saw slightly more motion than on the Puffy Lux. For edge support, we definitely saw some sinkage on the Puffy Lux, a small amount while lying, and a fairly significant amount while sitting on the edge. For the Puffy Royal, we saw a little less sinkage for both sitting and lying down, so this bed tested a little better. Okay, with everything we've covered in mind, who should get the Puffy Lux? First up, if you love a super soft feel, you should appreciate this soft, plush, and contouring mattress. Next, if you sleep on your side, the Puffy Lux may be a better option as it tested better for pressure relief and it feels more contouring. Finally, if you have a tighter budget, the Puffy Lux may be a better choice than the Royal as it's a little less expensive. And who should get the Puffy Royal? First up, those who like softness but don't want to feel enveloped by their mattress will likely prefer the Puffy Royal as it is a little firmer than the Puffy Lux and not quite as contouring. Second, the Puffy Royal tested better for edge support, so this bed may work nicely for couples looking to spread out on the bed, or for seniors and folks with mobility issues who need to use the support of the edge to get in and out of bed. Finally, the Puffy Royal is about 2 inches taller than the Lux thanks to that extra layer of foam it has that the Lux does not have. Those who prefer a taller profile should appreciate this. Well folks, that is it for this comparison between the Puffy Lux and the Puffy Royal. Hopefully you found this video helpful and one of these beds might be a good option for you. If you want to learn more about either of these mattresses or see some more great options, just click the link in the description or head over to sleepopolis.com. We have a ton more mattress reviews, sleep product reviews, sleep health information, and exclusive coupons you might want to check out. Thanks so much for joining me and I will see you next time. Bye!